Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
I'd like to give all glory, praise, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kadash.
Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who will rule well to talk of this word. Peace and blessings to the icon of pushing the word and truth and sincerity on the brother of Mafia.
And I'm Pathak Amath.
All right, so we wanted to go into another lesson here, going into, the Babylon, okay, the virgin daughter of Babylon. Knowing that this place is getting ready to be, is already on this downturn, okay, the downside of things. So we wanted to go into, like I say, we're speaking prophecy, prophecy it means what? To say before, How did we get those understandings? Through the scriptures, okay? What is that, Revelation 19, that we're going in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. What is the spirit of Yahweh Shai? The spirit of prophecy. Mm-hmm. All right. You have something to say?
Hey, we're just in a time of all these things that, like the priest said, the prophecy's coming to pass, man. And it's a lot going on in the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? Prophecies are popping off the page, man. You know what I'm saying? And Jake is about to feel the presence of the Lord, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, but in the midst of all these things, the coronavirus and especially that's the everybody is locked in on coronavirus right now. You can't lose focus of the fact that World War III is gonna happen, man. You know what I'm saying? So America, which is AKA Babylon in the Bible, the daughter of Babylon, is gonna be destroyed, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These things are gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because they're written. So we're just gonna get into we're gonna kind of move the coronavirus thing to the side. We're gonna get into the destruction of America, man. Because everybody has lost focus. I'm not gonna say that like everybody, because of course the men of the Lord, the servants and prophets of the Lord, we're locked in on everything going on.
That's right.
We realize that World War III is a major prophecy that has to come about. The chip. What I'm saying? All these things have to happen. So, but everything outside of that, outside of the know, these 2/3, these unlearned, these Christians, all these different people that think they know something and don't, they have no idea, because I'm like daily, I'm running across where these people are saying like martial law is not going to happen. There are no missiles. World War III ain't going to happen. You know what I'm saying? These people are just bugged out here,
right.
man. That's the only way you can look at it and call it. These people are bugged out. So we're just going to get into the fact that America is going to be destroyed, man. We don't want to lose sight of that, in the midst of all this that's going on with the coronavirus. So we just going to, we're going to get into some scriptures, just going into that fact. So
Okay.
got some.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 47. Actually, let's lock it. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 60. It says, and Jeremiah said to Sariah, it's like 60. Jeremiah 15, 60. It says, so Jeremiah wrote in a book all the evil that should come upon Babylon, even all these words that are written against Babylon. Right. And these words that are being written against Babylon, okay, is what's going on with modern day Babylon, what's about to happen. Okay, you had the prophets that went against Babylon of ancient time, but Babylon is come a desolate heap. It's going to be burned with fervent heat. All this hasn't happened. Okay, we know modern day Babylon. Well, where is ancient Babylon? The location isn't on the globe. It's over there where modern day Iraq is at right now. Okay, so we know that the prophecy that the prophets said before, our prophets and the men of the Lord have said before how Babylon is going to be burnt with fervent heat, and things like that. That ain't happened, okay? Right. But so we got to think about that. If that ain't happened then, and we're true in the Lord, and we have that faith and belief that the prophecies are supposed to come true. We know that this has got to come about before end time, before the actual Lord comes and delivers men. The start of Babylon the Great is going to be going down and being destroyed. Okay, and we're starting to see the breakdown now.
That's right. That's right. That did, huh?
Yeah.
I'll bring this out real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. And it reads, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. You know, and the prophets are out here right now, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what they're doing throughout the four corners of the earth, beginning to start with Apostle Tahar on down, man, and those like-minded men throughout the four corners of the earth, man.
Right.
They're you know, that's how the Lord gets down, man. And it says in Malachi the 3rd chapter in verse 6 that the Lord doesn't change, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the same. And as a matter of fact, Yahushua doesn't change either. Right. Pursuing the Hebrews 13 and 8. You know, he's the same yesterday, today, and forever, man. And it tells you in John the 6th chapter, I believe around verse 35, 38, somewhere in there, that he came down from heaven not to do his own will, but the will of the Father that sent him, man. So he's changed nothing. And the Lord ain't changed. He's still getting down by sending those prophets out, man. And we're out here today, you know. Lord willing, we can be among that number of those men, man. You know, and we're doing that very exact thing. We're prophesying the downfall of America and the destruction of Babylon, because that's going to happen, man. So amidst all these things happening with the coronavirus, America is going to be destroyed, man. You know. So it says, I'm gonna read this last part again. It says, I'm gonna read it one more time. It's Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And America is a great country, man. That's you know, it's been considered the country to, you know, that, you know, everybody wants to be have something to do with, man. You know, so America is that great city in Revelations 11 and 8, and you know, so it's that great country, and war and evil and pestilence is in your face, man. Pestilences are happening, man. You got wars and rumors of wars going on. Matthew 24, 4th chapter goes into that, you know, and all of these things are happening. Locusts going through the earth, you know, missiles. Right. America is still bombing places, and right now, as a matter of fact, Iran, America, Trump tweeted that Iran was planning a sneak attack on America amidst all these things that, you know, with these countries coming together, man. And I think he recently, did he say something else recently about that?
That's the only one I've seen about.
Okay, you know, so he thinks
that attack.
Come. So he feels like that they're planning some attack, but so he's cranking that beef up again, man. You know, that Iran, you know. So this devil is, you know, Trump is the man, man. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that's gonna bring a destruction to America, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? You got something.
Well, the destruction is gonna come because it's gonna fly on the radar of the coronavirus. Yeah, I said I didn't have enough on have any more with Jeremiah, but I do. Jeremiah 52, verse 61. It says, and Jeremiah said to Sariah, when thou comest to Babylon, then shall say, see, and shall read all these words. Then shalt thou say, O Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, thou hast spoken against this place to cut it off, that none shall remain in it, neither man nor beast, but it shall be desolate forever. Right? You know, and you know, you can link that up with Isaiah 13, around the 19th verse. And like you say, it's going to be for the beast of the field. That's what's coming to Babylon. It's going to be pure destruction, because it's going to receive what Sodom and Gomorrah received. It's going to receive the plagues of Egypt. Okay, this is the land, and this is the empire that has been the richest and most powerful empire on the face of the earth, known in history. Okay, so with that, what's going to happen? The bigger they are, the harder they fall, as they say. And they are reached, you know, their sins reached up to heaven. So the sins of Babylon is going to be dealt with. Okay, that recompense what he did to the men of the Lord, what he did to Israel. Okay, he whipped our backs. He slain us. You know what I'm saying? He defiled the earth. He defiled this land where we're in here in America through starting with the tribe of Gad. He basically demolished them. You know what I'm saying? Killed millions and millions. This man is blood driven. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, who runs Babylon the Great? Okay, who's the modern day Pharaoh? Esau Edom. There's no way around it. Right. Look at the president. Okay, look at everybody in the Senate. Look at all the Republicans, the Democrats that's in office. Okay, look at all these representatives, your state representatives. You don't see too many you so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans. You're gonna see them sprinkled here and there, but overall you're gonna see nothing but Edomites.
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to be, because this is his kingdom, and it's going to be destroyed by the way of the Heavenly Father. And like you say, it's going to be destroyed where it won't be inhabited again.
And it's not an accident that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and similar Indians of Negro descent don't have a seat on the UN, man. That's not an accident, man, because those secret councils are about you and how to keep you on the bottom, man. Keep you jacked up, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, when you go back in the Psalms, the 83rd chapter, man, that's that same council today, man. Yeah. You know, and the Lord called them out back then, and that's them today, the United Nations, man, because they united back during that time against the nation of Israel. And what does it say? That the hidden ones, you gonna get it?
Yeah.
Okay, come. So Psalms 83 is going into today's UN, man, which you don't have a seat on that council. Africa has a seat, but you know they try to line us up with them, but we're not Africans, man. Mm-hmm. You know, when we're not Hamitic, we're Shemitic. You know what I'm saying? So you got it.
Yeah. This is Psalms 83 and 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
And that's all these other nations outside the nation of Israel, man. Mm-hmm. You know, that turmoil, that uprising against the nation, man, of Israel, that chosen nation of the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Continue.
It says, they have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against the hidden one.
And that crafty counsel is still going on to this very day, man. On like all the time with all their little secret councils, you know, their little UN meetings, their little summits, you know what I'm saying? The Bilderberg meetings, all these things, man. Is against you Jakes, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and similar Indians, man, of Negro descent. Continue.
That's right. Verse 4 says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And they did that, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? To this very day, you go up to a Jake and tell him he's an Israelite, and they'll argue with you. I ain't no Israelite, you know, I'm a Christian, man. You know, and how talking cash. Shit, man, you know, just talking trash, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For no reason, because they are the Israelites, man. They just pursuing the Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. It had to happen, man. You know, we got our heritage taken from us, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we went off on the Lord, man.
Right.
Continue.
And it says, let us cut them off of being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Mm-hmm. And that happened, man. Israel, they don't know who they are. And pursuing what's that, Isaiah, the first chapter, you know what I'm saying? The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass is his master's crib. But my people, Israel, does not know. My people does not consider, man. You know, and they ain't trying to hear it, man. So that happened, man. You know, Israel was cut off, man, as a nation. You know, and split up and separated and turned against each other, man. And that's why you have, you know, the Hispanics hating the blacks hating the Hispanics, Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? It's all torn apart. But we all know that through Yahushua, you know what I'm saying, who is that chief cornerstone, he's bringing those two separated nations together, which is what a cornerstone does in a building. If you know anything about a cornerstone of a building, it brings together two separated walls, man, and joins them, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Yahushua is referenced as a chief cornerstone. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he's doing. He's bringing those two separated kingdoms, which split during the time of after the King Solomon died. You know what I'm saying? During the time of Jeroboam and Rehoboam, you know, the kingdom split. So we've been split for a long time, man, and now we're in the times pursuant to Ezekiel the 37th chapter that those two separated kingdoms are being rejoined, man.
That's right.
Add something.
Well, yeah, you know, like you say, and we are seeing that we're rejoining. The one thing can rejoin a nation is when they see they wake up to seeing the depression they're in, the oppression that's being done to them. All right, and they see how Esau's going to start coming down like a flood. You know, because even these lower class Edomites, they're going to be coming after you, Jays.
Right.
All right. So you're going to have to, you know, it can't do nothing but to join it together. But the thing is, the elect are going to be joined together through Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai, the priest we mentioned, is the cornerstone. So when that happened, and they starting to see that because just through the spirit and through the last, because we're in the last days of the last day, you're starting to see the northern and southern kingdom starting to glue together.
Right.
You know, and Esau, when he see that brings fear into him. You know, that brings fear.
There's a little more on that, right?
Yeah,
it's going to actually go into the mentioning of
the actual ones that actually came together for him. This is Psalms 83 and 5. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent; they are confederate against thee." All right, and with that, they have basically came up with it's like a agreement. Okay, it's a contract amongst them. Okay, that they were going to come together and they was going to cut you off from being a nation. And verse 6, it says, "The tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek and Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have Hoppen, the children of Lot." Salah.
And as you notice, the first name it mentioned was Esau, man, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Which is to this very day the head of the same movement, man.
Right.
And this time, and of course those other nations mentioned are part of that as well, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all 17 nations are in that council against you, Jakes, man. You know what I'm saying? Those secret councils, man. So I want to get something real quick because the priest mentioned that fear that's going to fall on these devils, man. You know, because they see this, they see the two separated nations, kingdoms, Salakia, coming together through Yahushua. This is Revelation chapter 11. I'm going to get to the point in verse 11. And it reads, "And after 3 days and a half, which is representative of 350 years, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them," which that happened by way of a man named Abba Bivens, man, back in the latter 60s, early 70s, man. You know what I'm saying? And which is why we have this truth to this very day, man. And it says, "And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them." And that's pursuing Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, us standing upon our feet as a great exceeding army. And that fear fell upon them as these elites, man, these banking families, you know, these Rothschilds, Rockefellers, DuPonts, Gaddys, Oppenheimers, Wahlburgers, all these different banking families, man. They see it, man. They see us out here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're squirming around and trying to shut down YouTube, delete brothers' pages, and getting rid of videos and getting us off the streets, man. You know, which is how the Lord wants this thing to play out, because the famine of the word has to come to pass as well, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And even though, like you say, they're gonna try to perform their enterprise, thinking they're gonna be successful. Shit, you can see that they still have that fear because they know this is still prophecy that's going on. It's like I know what I'm doing. This is written, but I'm doing it anyway. It's happening because that the Lord put it on their minds to perform their enterprise, thinking they're going to complete it. But what's going to happen is going to be a complete halt and a stop to it when he think he's about to fill his belly. You know. So Esau, he's setting it up, and he thinking it's going to be a win-win situation. But then again, he can always go back and look and say, okay, hey, we're gonna. It's written. But hey, nevertheless, you know he's the devil. He thinks everything's going to be fine and dandy. But the Lord is going to come to deliver his men, and he's going to destroy Babylon. Babylon is going to be destroyed. This place is going to be destroyed. That's why we're supposed to be rejoicing, because we know time is coming that this place is going to go down. Who wanted this place to keep going when you have to be in debt constantly? Eating food that actually gets you sick and make you sleepy and tired. Food's supposed to give you energy. You know, seeing dead animals, seeing your brother getting shot by getting pulled over, and he just I'm grabbing my license, he just gets shot. That happens more than often, more than we realize. Because the thing is, when more cameras and social media and stuff come about, now we start to see it more and more.
Right.
But just imagine before that start happening in 2011, 2012, when they start recording stuff.
Right.
Oh, it was all type of shootings and murders of UJs.
Yep.
By the way of Esau.
That's right. That's right.
So you don't want this to keep. I don't want this to keep going. I know this brother's don't. We tired of this. We're tired.
Tired. Con.
I'm just saying, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired.
There it is.
You know.
Yeah. Con. And it's a very powerful thing that these devils, you know, with everything they've done and been doing and are gonna do. It's very powerful for them to think that they're going to be all right and that they're going to continue, man. You know what I'm saying? But they actually think that pursuing the Psalms, the 49th chapter, that they feel like their houses are going to continue forever, man. You know what I'm saying? That's very powerful, but doesn't the scripture say that the pride of this devil has deceived him? You know? His pride has deceived him, man. The Lord is going to bring this devil down, man. But I got one real quick I want to get, because the priest mentioned about how these devils chase blood. They're all about blood, man. And that's scriptural, man. You know, but they're going to pay for that blood. This is Ezekiel, the 35th chapter, and I'm going to get to the point. 35 and 5. And it reads, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, said Yahweh Shem Shai power, will I prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So the Most High is about to turn the tables on you devils, man. Right. And he said, as I live, and he is definitely a living power. He's the only living power. All these other so-called gods, man, they're not living. They're not alive, man. They're false. They're false gods, man.
Right.
But Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is a living power, man. And he said, as I live. So that means that's for sure. That's a surety that because you have not hated blood, blood is going to pursue you, man. You know, you pursue my people, you know, with the sword. So I'm going to give that back to them, man. You know?
Yeah.
So you devils got that to look for, man.
Quick. This is Isaiah 34, and this goes in, but I want to jump down to. I'm gonna start at verse 5. It says, "For my sword," because you went into how, you know, like you say, you know what they have did. Mm-hmm. So that recompense is coming on to Isaiah 34 verse 5. It says, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment."
And what is that sword, man? Mm-hmm. That sword is talking about these nuclear missiles, man. America is going to be destroyed pursuant to the prophecies, the scriptures and the prophecies, man.
Right.
And he said his sword is going to be bathed in heaven, man. Heaven is representative of this rulership, this current rulership. The nuclear missiles is going to destroy Esau and his rulership, this current rulership. And it says it's going to come down upon the people, the Idumeans.
Right.
That's Greek for Edom, man. You know, and Edom means red, man.
Right.
And there's only two color schemes, contrary to popular belief, you know, red people, brown people, black people, yellow people, bullshit, black people, all BS, man. You know, there's two color schemes in the earth to this very day, and that's red and brown.
Right, right.
All nations are brown. The only nation that is red is the so-called self-proclaimed white people, man. You Edomites, man. You know, of course we know there's a scattered seed, you know, that are going to look like the other nations, you know, and it's a beautiful point of that you can go to the brother that elder over in out in Hawaii, man, GMS Hawaii. He put a video up of, you know, the confusion of faith, the scattered seed, you know, looks just like a Edomite, man, a so-called white person, man, but his daddy is a so-called black man, is an Israelite, man. But a lot of these groups, these all black groups, if they saw him without knowing the story, knowing what happened, they would condemn that Israelite to death, man. You know, and so if you haven't looked at that, go to that brother's page, GMS Hawaii Ba, and check out that video of that confusion of face. You know,
right.
So you got some.
Come. This is back in Isaiah 34, verse 6, it says, the sword of Yahweh is filled with blood, it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams, for the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
And Basra represents a chief city in Edom, man, which that chief city today is America, man, you know, which is the chief city of you so-called self-proclaimed white people, you Edomites, man. Everybody loves America, man. You know what I'm saying? America the great, America the beautiful, all that crap, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what that's representative of. And all the lambs and goats and all that kid is, like it said, is representative of sacrifice. So you people are about to be a major sacrifice for the Lord, man. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Great sacrifice.
A great sacrifice.
And what the Lord said, and I'm going to quickly read this too, Matthew 10:34. Think not that I've come to send peace on the earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. So he's coming for division. He's coming for vengeance. He's coming to do some, what they call slaying some people. They're going to be slain. All right. If you go down to Isaiah and skip down to 34:8, it says, "For the day of the Lord, vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion." And what's that controversy? That controversy is what you've done to us. Okay. If you go into Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that shows what happened if we went off and we basically got cursed and we was carried over by the cargo slave ships. They beat our backs, all right? They raped our women, you know what I'm saying? They cut off our genitalia, your testes, your testicles. You know, this man did a lot of wicked acts to you so-called Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? They gave they gave them blankets and had smallpox. They were trying to kill him that way. That's another thing to show you that he's the damn devil. He's the deceiver. All right? He's your adversary. That's what, you know what I'm saying? He's the spawn of Satan. Yep. So this man, like I said, he has to be destroyed. That recompense has to be done to him. And the 2/3, a lot of our people want to save this man, but this man can't be saved because there's no place for repentance for Esau. That's right. Okay?
And he's not going to repent pursuant to the book of Revelations, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to repent. You know what I'm saying? So it's already written that this devil is not going to repent. So stop trying to save him, man. He's unsavable. You know, Hebrews 12:16, like the brother said. He's outside the temple. He can't be saved, man. You know what I'm saying? And you jakes that's trying to save him, man, is going to be destroyed right along with him, man. You know what I'm saying? Though hand be joined in hand, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to destroy, and as a matter of fact, pursuing to Isaiah the 13th chapter as well, you're going to be thrust through, man. You know, all that's joined to him, roughly paraphrasing, shall be thrust through, man. Right. So the Lord ain't playing games, man. He's going to kill a lot of people. As a matter of fact, Isaiah 66:15 says, the slain of the Lord shall be many, man. Which I want to bring this out real quick, just going into what you just read with that controversy against Zion. This is Isaiah 63 and verse 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments? From Basra, Salakia, from Basra, that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. So we know that's talking about Yahushua, because Yahushua is the Savior, man. He's the deliverer of the nation of Israel, beginning starting with the elect in 1/3, man. You know what I'm saying? But it says he's going to have on dyed garments, man. Why are those garments going to be dyed, man? Right. We're just going to get into it. You want to grab Revelation 13? Back that up. We're just going to go into it, man. Those dyed garments, going to go into it. But it says he's going to be coming from a chief city in Basra, man. You know, lines up perfectly with what we just read in Isaiah the 34th chapter, you know. So Basra is a chief city in Edom, man. You Edomites, man, which we now know this is talking about America, man. It says this that is glorious in his apparel. You know, he's gonna come. He's gonna be returning, like it says in Isaiah 47. He's not returning to meet you as a man. You know, he's gonna be in his glory, man. You know, it says traveling in the greatness of his strength, because it's gonna be in them chariots, man. You know, I that speak righteousness mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury. and their blood, there it is, shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. So that's why his garments are going to be dyed, man. They're going to be dyed red from the blood of you people, which represents a whole lot of death, man. He's going to kill a lot of people. Matthew 10:34. The brother just bought that out, man. You know, the priest just bought that out. And we just went into that sacrifice in Isaiah the 34th chapter, man. All these scriptures are talking about the same thing, man. Right. You know? Can I just finish a little bit more? This last verse. For the day of vengeance is in mine heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. You know? So this is the year of the redeemed of the nation of Israel. You know? The elect, the 1/3, man. So
I had that Revelations.
Okay, come on. Just to back up, what I just read. Come.
So Revelations chapter 19, verse 12, it says, his eyes were like a flame of fire, and his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh.
And we know who the word represents, man. When you read in John, the 1st chapter, man, it's talking about Yahushua, man. And it says upon his head were many crowns, man, because when he returns, he's coming to take dominion of the planet Earth. You know, Russia represents a crown. Germany represents a crown. China represents a crown. North Korea, a crown. You know what I'm saying? So he's come, all these different governments are going to be taken down, man. Right. It's going to be one government in the earth, man. And that's going to be the government of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, the government of Israel, man. You know? So, was that it? The blood, which backs up Isaiah 63. You know what I'm saying? That the blood, man, you know, proving that there are things in the Old Testament that, the New Testament is just reiterating, man. So how you gonna not deal with that, bro? You know, these Christians, man, they bugged out, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's saying the same thing that Isaiah said. Isaiah spoke the prophecy of it. And then it's reiterated by John the Revelator here in Revelations, man. You know what I'm saying? So his garment is going to be dipped in blood, man. These people's blood, which represents the death and killing when all this goes down, man, and when Yahweh Shai returns, man.
Right.
You got something?
Come. This is Isaiah 51, and I was going to start at verse 47. It says, therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon, and her whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. All right? And when you bring that out, when you think about it, these graven images of Babylon. Babylon is a land full of graven images. You go see the image of Michael Jordan's statue, all these different statues that you have. These are actually graven images. Right. All right. When you go to these arenas, like these are basically modern day gladiator arenas here in Babylon. All right. And what do you idolize? You have people that's glorifying and idolizing these sports players. They glorify and idolize these music performers. They glorify and idolize all these movie stars and actors. So this is a land filled with people of idols that people praise. And like say these wooden images. Okay, you have the Christmas tree. All right, you have it's a lot of things. This is a land of idols. Right. All right. So the Lord, He's going to put a stronghold. He's going to bring down all these idols and these representation of idols. Okay, because the Lord, He's a jealous power, as He says, right? Mm-hmm. So all these idols, they have to be brought down. Because one thing about it, they spiritually put weight on you. Okay? So when you up here and you looking at all these sports, if you're not in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, or you're not in the know, you'll be up here and you'll be idolizing them as well. Okay? You have Jake getting into fights over who's better, LeBron or Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. You know, man, you hear on the news somebody got shot. Wow, man, they were arguing over LeBron and Michael Jordan. You know, don't forget about Kobe. So these are the things you have to look at. These are the things you have to look at of why this place have to be destroyed. Okay? Right. Just like when you go back and look at Sodom and Gomorrah. These places, why did he get destroyed? Because of lewdness, because of homosexuality, because of they was raping. It was just do as thou wilt, what it is here today. wherever goes. You know what I'm saying? It was, and that's how. And what is that? Las Vegas? What happened here in Vegas? Stays here in Vegas. It's like America. What's happening here in America? Shoot, let them know. And do what you want. Do what you want. You know. So this place cannot keep going on because you're gonna end up dying from diseases, getting shot by Edomite. All this is gonna happen where it's gonna be no flesh left. So this place has to be destroyed because Babylon is basically the head or the leader of the world.
Right. Con, just going into the idols that you were talking about. This is Leviticus chapter 26 and verse 30, and it reads, "And I will destroy your high places and cut down your images and cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols.
There you go.
And my soul shall abhor you."
There you go. These idols, okay? Mm-hmm. So all these places, you know, you have these movies where they show like, end of the world type stuff happening. And one of the things I noticed in a lot of these movies, you know, The Day After Tomorrow or these Deep Impact. One thing they do show is a lot of the idols, statues and different things getting destroyed. Especially like over there, is that in Brazil when Cesare Borgia, that big old tall statue? Yeah. That's been a lot of movies when some type of destruction happens. It's always getting destroyed. That's just a symbolization that you're going to see when the day of the Lord comes, okay? All this destruction is going to be happening. All these idols are going to be cut down, okay? Brought low. Men's hearts are going to be felt, okay? All this is going to happen. One thing is, because Esau, he's sorely displeased the Most High. Like I said, he's his battle axe. He's his whipping. He whooped us, okay? And he used these other nations to do so. But Esau, he came. He just did the damnness. He just did the do. He went all out. Okay, it's like when your parents go somewhere and they be like, you can have them get together. He had a full out block party. Okay, and it's a full out block party. So the Lord, He's coming. Most High's coming. Like you say, by way of Yahweh Shem Yahushua coming to wreak havoc onto the nation of Edom and the other heathen nation, and also the 2/3 of Israel. For the wickedness has exceeded polluted the whole earth. You got to be cleansed.
As a matter of fact, speaking of that cleansing, He's going to cleanse you. He's going to cleanse you from your idols, pursuant to Ezekiel the 36th chapter, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be cleansed from those idols, man. And He said He's going to sprinkle clean water on you, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And cleanse you from your idols. So that cleansing is coming. But before that cleansing, a cleansing of the earth has to happen first, man. You know what I'm saying? So let me get this real quick, because again, America has to be destroyed, man, because it's wicked and defiled. You know what I'm saying? And nothing good goes on here, man. And this place has to go. One kingdom has to fall before another is brought up. And we saw in the 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, verse 9, it says that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. Which goes into the two blessings that was given in Genesis, the 25th chapter. One blessing to Jacob, one to Esau, man, because he cried, man. You know what I'm saying? So these things have to be fulfilled, which is all prophecy.
Right.
Which is what we started the lesson off. The priest went into. This is Amos, the chapter 9 and verse 8, and it reads, "Behold, the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai power are upon the simple kingdom, and the eyes of the Lord are the chariots, man." It's representative of the chariots, and the chariots are about to return, man. Yahushua is about to make his return, and the chariots are being sighted like crazy, man. They're showing themselves like crazy. They're getting to the point where they're not hiding, man. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of making themselves visible. They'll be like slightly in the clouds, but you can see them. You know what I'm saying? Some are just streaking through the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I saw a video just the other day of and it reminded me of Zechariah the 5th chapter. When he said, "I see a flying robe." And that's what it looked like. It looked exactly like a flying robe. And I'm like, that's what Ezekiel saw, man, right there. He was describing that chariot right there. It might be the very one he was describing. But it was hey, they're manifesting in these times, man, because they're getting ready to come and destroy this place, man.
Right.
So, you got something? Okay. It says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh power, or upon the simple kingdom. And of course, the simple kingdom is representative, is twofold. It's representative of the nation of Israel first, but it's also representative of America today, man. You know what I'm saying? America is that simple kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. So he's going to destroy this place off the face of the earth, man.
Right.
That's why the scriptures always speak of Babylon being desolate, man. You know, only inhabit. It's going to only be inhabited by doleful creatures, owls and such. You know, snakes and the creatures of the desert, man. You know what I'm saying? Reptiles, the dragons of the wilderness, man.
Right.
You know, those which are lizards in these days. You know, Komodo dragons and such. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's talking about. So, hey, he said he's going to destroy this place off the face of the earth, man, and it's not going to pursue Isaiah the 13th chapter. It's never going to be inhabited again, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yes, sir, bro.
Come. This is Jeremiah 49:13. It says, it says, "For I have sworn by myself, said Yahweh, that Bozrah shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste." All right, and like I said, it's going to be perpetual waste. That's why in Isaiah 47 it tells you, "Sit down in the dust, O daughter of Babylon. There's no throne for you." Right. This place is full of confusion. Okay, this is the land of the valley of death. That's what this is.
Right.
Okay, that's why it tells sit in Babylon. There's no throne for you. Because the thing is, when you on your throne, you're wreaking havoc. You're causing nothing but pure wickedness. You're causing death, destruction. Okay, pure filth. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what's got to happen? You got to be destroyed. The Lord has to put this basically set Bozrah and sit it down in the dust, and it's going to be trampled. That's why it says in Isaiah 63, who is coming from Bozrah with these dyed garments? He's going to have Esau, Edom, and his rulership, and have that beast on the ground. He's going to stump and trample. Mm-hmm. So, okay, and he's going to be. What happened to Esau? He's going to be put in captivity for 1,000 years, and then he's going to be destroyed. Okay. If you here in Babylon, you want this place to continue forever, then you still have that captive mentality, mm-hmm. Okay, and spiritually you don't have it, okay. Right. You still got the Christianity mentality. Everybody needs to be saved. Everybody, we have to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? We have to be together, stand together. But when the scriptures talk about the Lord is a separatist, right? All right, that's why you have to basically separate your life, which is your mind, away from the wicked world of Babylon. That's why it says you got to come be like a newborn babe coming to as a new man. You have to get away from the ways of the world. How do you do that? You go through the scripture. You keep your head in this. Okay. You like in Timothy, you check yourself, constantly self-checking yourself. Have that self-control. Mm-hmm. Like you said, we're not perfect. If you backslide off, a wise man falls 7 times and get back up. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's what you have to do. You got to constantly get back up. All right, and that's showing you that you have that endurance. Okay, that's showing you that you believe in the Lord and you have that the will of the Heavenly Father. Okay, thy will, what does it say? Thy will be done on earth and it is in heaven. You have to have that faith that is true. Okay, and you also have to have that faith and that belief that what's in the scriptures about Babylon and about America, because it's going to happen. Okay, and you'll have these people trying to outsmart you. Well, you in here in Babylon, what you gonna do?
Right.
We have that faith. When them missiles are coming, we're gonna be delivered up.
That's right.
Well, wouldn't we be those men?
That's right. And if you got that, like the priest mentioned, if you got the spirit of wanting this place to get better, to continue, right, then you got a wicked spirit on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're wicked, man. And what does the Bible say about the wicked? They're going to be destroyed, man. Right. So you're going to be destroyed, man. America is going to be destroyed. So I'm going to bring this out real quick. This is Revelation chapter 17. I'm going to start at the top, going into the destruction of America, man. This is Revelation 17:1. It says, "And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." So there's judgment coming against that great whore, because the great whore that sits on the beast, that's riding the beast, is America, man. And the beast represents NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And those 10 horns represents the EU, which used to be the EEC, the European Economic Community, which is now the EU, which is the European Union, man. You know what I'm saying? So it says he's going to show the judgment that's going to come upon that great whore that sits upon many waters. And those waters represents the people, which, as a matter of fact, let me prove that real quick. I'm going to jump down to verse 15 to prove that's talking about people. These Edomites sitting on all nations. Let me prove that. Revelation 17 and 15. It reads, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. So it's talking about Esau sitting on top of all these nations of people, man. You know, this nigga is in control right now, man. He controls everything, no matter what you're seeing, or what you think you see. You know, they're in control right now. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into that judgment that is spoke of in chapter 1, verse 1. I'm going to drop down to the next verse 16. And the 10 horns, which is representative of the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, which is NATO, these shall hate the whore, which is America, man. They're going to turn. The allies of America is going to turn on America, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that already. What's the one that left already? Brexit, Britain? Yeah. Britain is leaving. You know, ain't it another one? What's the other one?
Britain and
somebody else is leaving.
It wasn't Scotland, was it?
No. It's I can't remember who it was, but it's another that's getting ready to leave. Can't remember who it was right now. You know, if somebody can knows what I'm talking about, you put in the comment board or
was it France?
Might have been France. It might have been France.
Yeah, because it sounded familiar, but
I can't remember right now, but I know it's somebody else that was going into leaving. That's these, because the allies of America is starting to leave, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? But continue to read. It says, "These shall hate the whore and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire." So they're going to turn and join the other nations shooting missiles on this place, man.
Right.
And that's why don't the scriptures mention a number, 200 million missiles, man? That's in Revelations. What is that in 9 or 11 or something like that?
It's going to be 200. What is that?
200 million.
Yeah, 200 million missiles. When you count it. Yeah.
There's 200 million missiles going to hit this place, man. You know what I'm saying? Because upon all the other nations that hate this place, America's allies is going to hate them as well, and they're going to turn and join the likes of the other nations shooting missiles upon this place, man. And that number is 200 million, man. You know? And I believe it says something like 200,000, something like that. It's like 200 million, you know? So I'm going to continue to read. It says, for verse 17, Revelation 17 and 17, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will," proving that ain't no free will. You know, the Most High is putting in these people's hearts, their lives, their minds, to fulfill his will, man. Right. You know, so that proves that ain't no free will, man, for you Christians, man. You know, if any Christians are watching, man, ain't no free will. The Lord controls everything. And pursuant to what's that? Proverbs 21, is it 21 and 1? The heart, the king of the heart is in the Lord, in the hands of the Lord, man. And he basically, roughly paraphrasing, turneth it whithersoever he will, man. So the Lord is going to guide you, man. The scriptures also say he directed your steps, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the thoughts and the answer of the tongue, man, in Proverbs 16. So there are many scriptures that we can get in. We ain't going to make this about that. But the Lord, there is no free will, man. So I'm going to continue.
Right. The will of the Most High's will is the will that we abide by.
That's right.
All right. Like I say, he's the director. So whoever he's pulling the strings. So however he pulls the strings, howsoever the earth goes.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Come. So back in Revelation 17 and 17, "For the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the word of the Most High shall be fulfilled." And we're in those times, man. Right. And I'm going to just go ahead and finish it out. Verse 18, "And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which is America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth," man. So like I said, no matter what you think you see, the Edomites, man, which, this is their rulership. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones controlling everything, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't the Arabs for you Israelites that's bugged out, man. It's not the Arabs. It ain't Japheth. It's Esau, man. It's that red man spoken of in Genesis, the 25th chapter, man. Mm-hmm. You know? So you got something now?
Okay. All right, this is Malachi chapter 1, verse 4. It says, whereas Edom saith, whereas we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, thus saith Yahweh of hosts. They shall build, and I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. All right. So this letting you know the Lord, and we read up in the chapter where it says, in verse 3, it says, where the Lord said he hated Esau. All right. And that's what you saw. The Lord ain't showing that it's all love. And he's going to have that indignation forever against the nation of Edom. Okay. So when you're trying to say, okay, the Lord loves everybody, or everybody can be saved, how is he going to save someone that he's going to have indignation with forever? Okay. If I hate someone who have took my children and just beat them and tortured them and did all this, you think I'm gonna come back and pick up and save my child and say, okay, well, you did this to my child, but you come on too? No. I'm gonna destroy him. Do what I can to him. So that's what the Lord is coming back for. Esau thinks he's gonna run and his place is gonna reign forever, his kingdom, but the kingdom is not gonna reign forever. Okay? Now the kingdom that's coming after this is gonna go on forever and ever. All right? That's why the Lord, and to show his power, what did he do to Pharaoh? He brought Pharaoh up to show his power and bring him down. Right? Mm-hmm. This is the modern day Pharaoh, so he brought him up to the height of that no kingdom ever been done before. So just think about the marvelous works that's about to happen, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, how he's going to come and show his work upon the earth. Okay, it's going to be a lot of fire, brimstone. Okay, but before that, you got to go through a lot of turmoil. Okay, and like I say, Lord willing, we'll have the covering cast. We have that faith and belief, that we'll be covered through the covering of Yahweh Shai. We got on the whole body and the whole armor of Yahweh. Where it goes into Ephesians.
This is let me start. This is Job 18 in chapter 5. It says, "Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out."
That's right.
"And the spark of his fire shall not shine," man. So the Lord is taking these devils down. If you looking at them right now, you can see that light being put out, man. They running around, confused, they don't even know what to do. Trump sounds confused as hell, man. 1 minute he's saying one thing, then he come back saying something. You know what I'm saying? They're running around because the Lord is taking that light away from them, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's putting that light out. This verse 6. "The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him." So the Lord is about to put this nigga out, man. You know what I'm saying? He's about to go down for the count. As the scriptures say in Luke, what is that? I believe the 10th chapter, that I beheld Satan being cast to the earth like lightning, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Cast out of heaven, roughly paraphrasing, like to the earth like lightning, man. You know what I'm saying? This devil is being taken out of his rulership because what that heaven represents. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me
back up on how he was cut down.
Okay, Con, I just want to grab that and because I think I'm like butchering that, and I want to quote it right. Can I quote this real quick? This is Luke chapter 10 and verse 18. "And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." So that's the scripture, because this devil in that heaven represents their rulership, man. Because there's 3 realms of heaven, man. Pursuant to the scriptures, which is the rulership of the earth. The outside the ozone layer, which is the firmament in the Bible, where Esau has his space stations and satellites, which is your second realm of heaven, and then in the further reaches, in the 4th dimension, man, is your third heaven, man, where the Most High, the spirits dwell, man, the angels and things dwell, man. So that's when the Bible speaks of heaven. Most of the time, it's talking about the rulership of the earth. So with this particular verse, it's going into the rulership. So these devils, Satan, You know, devil, Satan, dragon, serpent, wicked, seer. All these things are talking about the same thing. A nation of people, man. You Edomites, you biblical red Hebrew Edomites, man. You self-proclaimed so-called white people. It's talking about you, and it's talking about casting you out of your rulership, man.
That's right.
And it's happening fast as hell. If you're looking around, you can see these devils are going down fast, man. You know, and we're in a time of their destruction.
Right. This is Isaiah 14:12. It says, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" Mm-hmm. And like I said, how is he thrown down? Through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Most High, he's going to bring this devil down. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because he's done so much. And people are going to be marveled by how swift it's going to be, this man is going to be brought down. I'm going to jump down to verse 16. It says, "They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the whole earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?" All right? Mm-hmm. All right, so, and this is the man. That's why I said it's going to happen with just going to happen so quick. Okay, just like I said, Babylon is going to be destroyed in 1 hour, burnt to a crisp. All right, verse 17.
Really quick, I just want to make a real quick point to you Christians and unlearned. As you noticed, I was talking about Lucifer. It's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan, because when the priest read down, it says, "Is this the man?"
Right.
You know, so proving that Lucifer is talking about a man. When you go into that word Lucifer, it just means light bearer, man, holders of the light, man. You know, which right now on the left-hand side is these Edomites, the so-called self-proclaimed white people, man. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. That's why when you look up in the bay out there in New York, the Statue of Liberty holding that torch up, man. They realize that they're the holders of the light right now, man, and that's what that truly represents. You know, for all you that still sleep, man, wake up. Hey, that's what that represents, man. They know that they're the holders of the light on the left-hand side. They're the left-hand priests on the left-hand side, man.
Right. And let's go on the side with Job 18, when you read the light of the wicked shall be put out.
There it goes.
You know?
Exactly. You know, and that light is being put out, man. America is through. America, and I sent not too long ago, I think a few days ago, I sent a picture of the Statue of Liberty. Remember that? Did you see that? Yeah. With that soldier. So these people know this place is through. It was a picture of a soldier basically carrying the Statue of Liberty. She had got put to death. So, man, they know this place is through, bro. You know, so continue.
Good.
Was that it? You got some?
Just verse 17 says, "That made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prison." Okay, so it is when you look at Pharaoh, when he tried, when Moses had to let his people go, he had to go through those plagues just to let the nation of Israel go. And what happened when he let them go? The Lord hardened his heart again, and he went after Israel, right? Esau ain't gonna let you go. He's gonna hold on to you. So the Lord has to come and deliver his men. Okay? What is that? Revelation 13, where it says, "Well, no man won't redeem you." You had Nat Turner. You had Marcus Garvey. There's a lot of different jakes that throughout history did certain revolts and things like this and tried to redeem us. But no man will redeem us. Okay, he's got to have a higher power. Okay, I think Elder Yashwami like to say, if there's a race, Esau's too far ahead. We got to have a higher being to bring us back to the win and deliver us. Because Esau, he got too much of a head start.
Right.
So we have to, we need the Yahweh Shem Yahushua to deliver us, because this is going to happen. It's going to be destroyed, and like I said, we'll be destroyed along with the 2/3 and what have you, and the other heathen nation if it wasn't for Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because we, like it's filthy rags, but we pray we had that mercy, okay? And we in this grace period to try to let our people know and to basically gather and get our spirit in the right estate for we can be delivered.
Right. and the priest meant Deuteronomy 28:68.
28:68.
I think he said Revelation, but no man shall redeem you. Deuteronomy 28:68. But the priest also mentioned that this devil ain't gonna let you go, man. So I want to bring this out real quick just to make that point. It's Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33, and it reads, "Thus saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai of armies, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together." And that's talking about right here in America. They have not been oppressed together until now, man. So that's talking about right now, right here in America, man. It says, "And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." So like the priest said, man, Esau is not going to let you go, man. You know what I'm saying? So, just want to make that point.
Yeah, I got one kind of back up on that. It's Psalms 10 and 3. It says, "For the wicked boasted of his harsh desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth." All right, and it said, "Through the wicked through the pride in his countenance will not seek after Yahweh Bashem Yahushai." Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. So if he's not all his thoughts, he's not going to redeem you. It's no man that's not going to redeem you. And Esau, he's going to try to hold on to you as long as he can. Okay? This man, he covered all fields. He tried to take over everything and say it's his. Like it didn't belong to anybody else. Okay? So, and if you go to and what's going to happen on down the line before the destruction of Babylon? He's going to present you with this chip. If you don't take that chip, what's going to happen? Okay, he's gonna throw you in camps. He's gonna, you're gonna be starving. You're gonna get sick. You know what I'm saying? You can't get no help. He's gonna do all this. You know what I'm saying? So this man, he's gonna do a lot of wicked shit before the total destruction comes. That's why it says when he think his belly is about to be full. Okay, and that's when he's gonna be brought down.
Yeah, he ain't through.
He ain't through at all. He ain't through at all. And if you take that chip, he's gonna be as like the Most High to you. Okay, because he got that artificial covenant with you. You know.
Come on. Got it?
Yeah,
come. But hey, this devil is going to be brought down, and this place is going to be destroyed. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 9, and it reads, "Behold, the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger." Because the Lord is mad as hell, man. His son is mad, man. You know what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, well, I believe that's in Psalm the 7th chapter. It says that he's angry with the wicked every day, man. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is mad, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is mad. It says, Isaiah 13 and 9, "Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai cometh cruel." So the Lord is coming cruel. So that cuts love. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is coming cruel. He ain't gonna have no mercy, man. Ain't gonna be no mercy in that day. Both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it, man. Which we already know Esau is the man of sin, man. You know what I'm saying? What is that in 2 Thessalonians or 1 Thessalonians? Second Thessalonians, the second chapter in verse 3, man. And it goes into that man of sin being revealed, the son of perdition, man, which proves that he's the man of sin. We know who the wicked is. We know who the man of sin is, man. Right. This dude is totally contrary to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and his will and his way, man. Any and everything that this book says, the word of the Lord, he does opposite. You know what I'm saying? Right. Gays and lesbians, they get rights, man. They get protected here when the Lord said put them to death, man. You know what I'm saying? Witchcraft, the Most High, he said he suffers a witch not to live, but then on every corner you see a freaking CVS or Walgreens, man. Pork, the other white meat, when the Lord said not to eat the swine, man. You know what I'm saying? All of these things, that's against the Lord, man, is held in high regard here, man. Right. So it says he's gonna come cruel with great wrath and fierce anger to lay the land desolate. So he's gonna lay America desolate. He's gonna destroy this place, man. And he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it, man. So that goes for these other heathen nations and 2/3 of Israel as well, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they're caught up on Babylon juice, Jebus juice, and just the way of Esau. They love this place, man, and the Lord gonna destroy you too.
That's right. This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 1. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, and raise up that raised up against me a destroying wind. And I will send upon Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right. Like I said, he's gonna get those fanners. And when you fan a flame, what happens? The flame get bigger and it gets stronger and it gets hotter. Okay. So when those thermonuclear destruction come down, those missiles come down onto Babylon, it's going to be with fervent heat. And what's going to happen with that? It's going to destroy and decimate everything that's in its path. All right? And like I said, for the day there should be against her round about. What's going to be round about? One thing is going to be these other nations, which is the beast that's going to start hating the whore. And they're going to start shooting missiles at the whore, which is the daughter of Babylon. Okay, and what's going to happen when that's happening? As it said in the scripture of Revelation, every missile will hit. It's going to meet its mark. Okay, it says, verse 3, it says, against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his brigade, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her host. So this place is going to be destroyed, and it's going to be nothing left in it. It's going to melt, because you got to think that what happened when 9/11, when they said the steel and everything started melting, that shouldn't have got as hot. But with the nuclear heat and nuclear fire, yeah, all that's going to melt. Okay, all that is going to melt. Everything is going to be melted, destroyed, and it's going to be just a heap of nothing here. The screech owls is going to be out here, okay? When time passes after this place is destroyed. This place will never be inhabited again, okay?
Come. This is 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10. But the day of Yahweh Bashim Shai will come as a thief in the night. In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise. And that great noise is talking about the nuclear destruction, man. Those missiles hitting, those 200 million missiles hitting this place. That's why when you read in Isaiah, I believe it's the 24th chapter, it goes into the earth reeling to and fro like a drunkard, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's going into, you know. And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, man. So the Lord is about to bring that fire on America, man, and burn up all the works. What is the works, man? Everything in here. The houses, the cars, pavement, sidewalks, buildings, animals, people, trees, grass. Ain't gonna be a blade of grass. Matter of fact, remind me of Malachi 4. I'll get that real quick. You can go ahead and bring what you got.
This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 12. And it reads, 16 and 13. It says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. And like I said, his arrows not going to miss. So the country that's going to be around about the horde, what they're going to do is shoot those arrows, those missiles. And it's not talking about ancient bow and arrow. Because the thing is, the ancient bow and arrow is not going to shoot from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. But a missile can now.
Right.
So this is coming, right?
And the end, if I may add,
go ahead.
And the end of the world is talking about to America, man. You know,
Right.
And because during the ancients, the known world at that time, because this is called the New World, the known world at that time was Asia, Africa, and Europe. You know what I'm saying? So into the ends of the world, that was the known world. The old world. America is known as the New World, although it's, come on, man, the Northern Kingdom was already here.
Right.
It ain't no New World, and they ain't discovered nothing. But that's what it's going into when it says the arrows being shot into the ends of the world, man. That's talking about to America, man. So
from the east to the west.
There it is.
You know?
There it is.
Yeah. And let me see. It says, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they coming upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out until it consume the foundation of the earth. You know, right? So this place, I mean, this the fire that's going to be kindled it's not going to be put out. Okay?
That's right.
You're going to see this place smoldering, all right? It's going to constantly be smoldering. Because that you got to think, it's a lot of trash here. A lot of buildings, a lot of things in America. When this place is burnt up.
A lot of flammable, gas stations everywhere and chemical plants. And all kind of.
From east to west, 3,000 mile bonfire.
Right. God, that's real talk, bro. You got more?
Nah.
Okay, come bring this one out in Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9, and it reads, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, which those missiles, shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return vain." So everything is going to go out, and as the scripture saying, Joel the 2nd chapter, I think the priest already mentioned that. They ain't gonna break their ranks, and they're not gonna miss their mark, man. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hit because the spirit of the Lord is gonna be in the missiles, man, and his spirit is gonna be guiding the missiles where he wants them to go, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have on that one. So,
this is Jeremiah. Back in Jeremiah 51, I'm starting in 64. It says, "And thou shalt say, thus shall Babylon sink, and shall not rise from the evil that I bring upon her, and they shall be weary. Thus far are the words of Jeremiah." So Jeremiah let you know that Babylon is going to be sunken, and it's going to be sunk with not with water but with fire.
That's right.
You know, and this is a prophecy. You know what I'm saying, and that's what we do out here now. We doing what Jeremiah did, what Isaiah did, what Ezekiel did. All right, we're prophesying what's going to happen to the end of in these latter days. Okay, and this is a latter day prophecy. Okay, because Iraq, they're still going. Right. So you let you know that ain't Babylon. This is the virgin daughter of Babylon, a place that haven't been touched. Right. Iraq got touched by America. Okay, so you got to think this place is not gonna. This place is a nasty, horrible. Yes, you say she's a virgin. So these other nations, like you say, they get mad. It's like you have a woman says she didn't have nothing, and I ain't never dealt with someone and found out, man, you the nastiest one in the neighborhood. So what's gonna happen? They're gonna go against Babylon and they're gonna destroy it. Okay, beat it to a tumult.
For burning them, man.
For burning them.
Dude gets with a woman that gets burned, he gonna be pissed, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, come to find out she told, like the priest said,
right.
You know, like she all clean and wholesome. You know, get with her and get a disease, man. Lying. Straight up lied, man. So that dude gonna be pissed off, man. Be ready to do bad things to her. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's hey, these nations, man, they've been burnt by this whore, man. You know what I'm saying? And they're ready to take this whore's head off you know. Hey, you done gave them a gonorrhea, herpes, syphilis, whatever that crap, you know. Yeah, herpes syphilis. Gonorrhea, herpes syphilis. You know, man, you done gave these nations gonorrhea, herpes syphilis, man. You know what I'm saying? So they mad as hell, man. They ready to take your head off your shoulders, man.
Right.
You know, and they about to come after this place, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going to lead into, again, that nuclear destruction and that fire that the Lord is about to send out, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got something? I got one.
I got one quick one. This is Revelation 18 and 8. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is Yahweh power who judges her." Okay, so all that is coming in one day. Okay, so when you think this place is gonna last, once those missiles start going, this place is gonna be destroyed, and like Scripture said, one day it's gonna burn her with fire. Okay, so that heat is coming. All right, so Babylon is no way around it. Okay, this is the movie that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put in, and this is how the end of it is gonna be. Death to America.
That's right. That's right. Death to this place, man. Destruction to America, man. You know? You ready? Yeah. Okay, This is Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, said Yahweh Bashim Yahushai of armies,
Right.
that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. You know, so amen. The Lord is going to bring that fire, man. You know what I'm saying? And as it says, it's going to burn everything up. It's just going to be stubble, man.
Right.
Stubble, nothing but stubble. It's not going to be a blade of grass over here, man. He's going to make this place desolate and worthy of a desert life, man. You know, cactuses and such. Like I said, like we, brought out in that Isaiah 13, man. You know, straight and utter destruction, man.
Right.
Which, if you don't got none, I want to bring out at least one more. I'm going to bring out one more. Because America is going to be that lake of fire, man. This is Revelation chapter 20 and verse 14. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, man. You know, so it says death and hell were cast into the lake of fire, proving that hell is not a place that you go, because of hell, which is supposed to be this place where fire is, how can it be cast into the lake of fire, man? That makes no sense.
Right.
Death and hell are the conditions here in America are going to be burned up right here in America when the Most High sends those nukes to burn this place up, man. That's what it's talking about with death and hell, because this is the place where the main place where his people, the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians of Negro descent have been getting put to death, man. You know what I'm saying? At the hand of these Edomites, these so-called self-proclaimed white people, man. So it says that death and hell is going to be cast into the lake of fire, man. This is the second death, man, because that first death was during the time of Noah by water, man. Right. So it's going to rain again, but it's not going to rain water. It's going to rain them nuclear missiles, man. Fire going to hit this place and destroy this place. So America is through, man. Death to America.
Yeah, like I always say, that old Christian church song said, "Won't be water, but fire next time."
There it is. So even the Christians know that, man.
Right,
So,
right. They just don't want to abide by it. They
Right.
just say, it's just a song.
Right.
No, that's what's going to happen.
That's right.
You know, hey, Lord willing, hope that was edifying. Like you say, we in these last days, and we know what's coming down the pipe. That's with the mark of the beast, with Jacob's trouble, and we know what's going to culminate is the destruction of Babylon. Lord willing, like I say, it'll be sooner than later.
That's right.
All right. So with that, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone who ruled well. Peace and blessings to the icon that's pushing the word of truth and sincerity over all the house of David by Yahshua Dawadah. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.